Hey, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. I can't see your name. Who is that? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. Don't forget to hit like and share. Hey, Desiree. I couldn't. You have to give us permission to see your name. So if I didn't say hi to you, it's because I can't see your name. Hey, P-Bat. Come on in. Do not forget to hit like and share. Y'all know y'all friends want to go and they have a million questions. So we answering them. So they don't have to ask you nothing. They don't have to ask you nothing.
They don't have to ask me anything?
No, I'm saying they don't have to ask, like, let's bring your phone so they don't have to ask you. So they can ask Lulu. Because you're going to tell them you don't know anyway. Just come in, y'all. We're going to start in a few minutes. I want to have as many people in the room as we can before we get started. Invite your people. Happy Saturday. There's Ronnie. Y'all see Ronnie?
I made it. Don't mind the box in the back. I'm packing. Don't disregard that.
And that is Lulu. Y'all see Lulu?
Hi, everybody. How are you? Happy Saturday.
So we're going to go ahead and get started. So we wanted to do this because we always hear, hey, Janice. Janice is actually going with us in October.
Yay.
We always have questions and we have the same preconceived ideas about the different myths that go on, that people hear about Dubai. So we want us to get your questions answered and tell you guys about what the real deal is, okay? What the real deal is as it relates to Dubai, and answer any of your questions. So we brought on our amazing tour guide, Lulu. So we met Lulu on our very first trek to Dubai, which was December 2016. She was our tour guide. Hey, Jovina. She was our tour guide with a tour company. And we had the best time, like to the point of tears, like for real.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We went back the second year with a different tour company. We won't even talk about them because it was the pits, okay? We saw Lulu in passing, and it's been up since then, right?
And that was it.
Yes, she hosted our group the following October. The ladies had an amazing experience. She hosted our group with our travel agents. They had an amazing experience, and we cannot wait to share Lulu with you guys. And we don't share her a lot because
and I'll be happy.
Yeah,
and I'll be happy to have you.
Experience. We want y'all to have the best experiences, so we want to have the best tour guides. And the craziest thing is, Lulu lived in Dubai for what, 12 years? Lulu?
No, now it's going to be 14 years.
Okay. Yeah. And so she knows Dubai like she's lived there her entire life. And so that's another reason why we brought her here, because we want you all to have questions. So you can start putting your questions in the comments. I have some questions that I'm going to ask Lulu that I know y'all want to know anyway, because these are the main questions that we always get. And the first one is going to be, what can I wear or what can I not wear? Because the myth is you have to be fully covered from head to toe and only your eyes showing.
Correct. So thank you, and welcome everybody. Yes, I think that is one of the main worries, especially with women. I mean, men, men, they wear whatever. Although I've seen some men that I wish they didn't wear what they wore when they were in Dubai. But the point is that the idea is that a woman cannot wear whatever, or that she has to be fully covered. The truth is that in the UAE and Dubai, they're the most open-minded in the region of all the Arabian Peninsula. So that, and especially Dubai is the most open-minded city because of the way it is, because of the way that they are greeting tourism. And this has changed even from the time that I arrived. When I arrived in 2007 in Dubai, I remember that I had the same fears, and I was worried about showing my arms or showing my legs. And the truth is that it is so globalized, even back then, that it was more conservative. It was very globalized. Why? Because Dubai is made up of many nationalities, and the population itself is made up of basically expats, we call ourselves, where people coming in from different parts of the world. And we're talking about between 150, 200 nationalities living in one city. So that is why it's so open. However, I do have to mention certain things. It isn't like they threw away all of their beliefs and all of their cultures. So they are more conservative, especially the local Emirati people are conservative. And you're going to see both women and men wear their national dress, that when you go there, of course, we'll explain more about that. However, as a foreigner, as a tourist, you can wear whatever you want with certain restrictions. Like myself, I would recommend, I mean, you can wear whatever you want, but the recommendation of the country of tourists for the tourists is to cover the shoulders and knees. Now, you will see people with mini micro skirts and shorts and walking around the city, and they won't say anything. They will not get in trouble. But I would say be more conservative in the way that you dress. The only place that you are going to be required to cover up is the mosque in Abu Dhabi. And of course, I don't know if you want to, Dacia, skip a little bit until we talk about the mosque, or do you want me to talk about the mosque in Abu Dhabi?
We'll talk about that. That's coming up.
Okay. So that is the only place that is super strict. And of course, we let you know, Dacia lets you know what type of dress you need for the visit to the mosque. And we have 2 days before, 1 or 2 days before the Abu Dhabi tour, where you can buy beautiful dresses. And of course, if you go onto the website of Ladies and Luggage, you will see the beautiful pictures that they have of all the ladies that have visited already.
Yes. Lulu takes us to an amazing place to get dresses, but we'll talk about that in a second. There's a question. Someone said, I heard there are restrictions on taking photos in some areas and some situations. Is this true? Can you explain?
Yes. Thank you for the question. And so as you arrive in Dubai, normally what I do is I explain the do's and don'ts. For example, be more conservative with the clothes. And as far as photography is concerned, the main government buildings normally cannot be photographed. So government buildings, and they will have signage that say no photograph. And of course, I will be with you to let you know also. And then people. So if you see a person wearing their national dress, whether it's a woman or a man, we always recommend to ask permission. It's not like you're taking a picture of the building and the person crosses by and you take the picture and you're in trouble. No. I mean, if you didn't do it on purpose, there's no problem. And mainly if you don't see the face, they don't even notice. However, if they see that you're intentionally taking a picture of them without permission, that can be an issue. They will be upset and maybe ask you to erase the photograph. That would be the thing about the photographs. Yeah.
Okay. My next question, which was one of my main concerns the first time that we went, so many people, we're so accustomed to the food in the U.S. and maybe some other regions as well, and people have a fear of getting there and not being able to find food options. So can we talk about that? And then I'll have my little piece too, but can we talk about the food options in Dubai?
Yes, of course. Well, what can I tell you? Dubai has grown so much, and they have all the food options that you can think of. They have all the franchises. People are amazed as to how many food options they have. And of course, we always recommend to try the local food. But yes, you have all the food options, even for those people who have allergies, who are gluten-free. Even in the hotel, for example, they do have certain sections that are for that. The vegetarians are very common in the UAE because they have a lot of Hindu population from India that is vegetarian. So for vegetarians, there's no big issue. I think the most problematic ones are the vegans. Vegans are more problematic. And of course, well, nowadays we're receiving also Orthodox Jewish. So the kosher food is also a little bit, Dubai is getting there to having more options for kosher. But yeah, those would be like the two, more difficult ones, but not impossible to find.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so, although I only eat hummus since December 2016. I only eat hummus when I go to Dubai, period. Hands down, the best hummus ever. Okay. But for those of you, of course, like Lulu said, you have to try the local food, right? But y'all, they got Cheesecake Factory, the best spicy Popeye's chicken ever in history of Popeye's spicy fried chicken. Burger King, Wendy's, Dickies. If you know what Dickies is, Dickies barbecue, they have all of that. Five Guys. So you will not, if you taste the local cuisine, the hotel that our host hotel, our partner hotel, JW Marriott Marquis, even during breakfast, they have different regions where you can taste. And if you just want American, you can have bacon. Now there is no, I was going to say there is no pork, but I think we saw some.
Yes, there is.
I think we saw some the last time.
Yeah.
But the hotel doesn't have it. So the hotel, if you want eggs, you can have beef bacon, veal. But eggs and that kind of American thing, you can have Japanese, you can have local. So you won't be, there's no worry about finding something to eat.
Correct. Yes, I mean, there's one thing about the pork, as many of you might know, Muslims do not eat pork. However, because there's a huge population from different parts of the world, Europeans eat a lot of pork. So there's supermarkets that have special sections that are for non-Muslims that have pork. And of course, in the kitchens of several hotels and restaurants, they will have pork, but it is always what is pork and alcohol will be, and nowadays, well, with the allergies, also peanuts and other things. But as far as religion is concerned, pork and alcohol will be detailed in any buffet or any menu that this contains alcohol, this contains pork or whatever, because in Islam they do not eat pork. Now, the same as the Jewish and with the kosher food, anything like they have to have special permissions. Just a little, extra information. They have to have special permissions in the restaurants and the kitchens of the hotels, and a certain section where it's only for pork. The spoons, the pans, everything that touches pork cannot touch anything else. Mm-hmm. So that's, little trivia thing.
Okay. So now we can talk a little bit about Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi it's like the Beverly Hills. It's like the Beverly Hills section, right? It's 2-hour drive from Dubai. That's the day. Listen, y'all. Lulu is on the bus at all times, giving us we know about every street, we know it all. But she knows that because that 2-hour drive, we take our naps on the bus to Abu Dhabi. That 2-hour ride. But when you get there, you are refreshed. It's a great experience. And this is where we visit the mosque and where we will need to have our dresses. So here, head to toe, you covered, literally. You can have no flesh out, ladies, from your wrist and all has to be covered. But Lulu helps us with that. And we purchase dresses in Sharjah, which is my favorite. I ain't gonna say shopping because I'm not a shopper, but that's my favorite place to find the dresses. And we can talk about Abu Dhabi a little bit, and someone's question about the dresses was what's the average cost and things like that. So let's talk a little bit about Abu Dhabi.
Okay, so first about Abu Dhabi, like Dacia said, the Abu Dhabi is the largest emirate and the richest, and it is the capital of the UAE, which many people don't think about because Dubai is the famous one. However, Abu Dhabi, it's getting there because as of now, even now with the pandemic, I'm telling you, Abu Dhabi has changed a lot. And unfortunately, last time we were in Dubai, we were not able to go to Abu Dhabi because of the restrictions. However, they have opened Abu Dhabi now, which is great news because now we will be able to see the beautiful city of Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi, because it is the richest city, of course, it's growing. Not to mirror Dubai because it's a different feeling of the city. Dubai is when you get here, you will see. But so when we get to Abu Dhabi, on the way to Abu Dhabi, yes, I will give you some information and then you will sleep because normally this is when the jet lag also hits. And we get to the mosque. Now, the mosque is the largest mosque in the UAE. I cannot say, I remember going there the first time. And actually, I was lucky enough because in 2007, it was when I arrived. And this is when they opened the mosque to the public. So I saw it brand new. And I could walk anywhere around the mosque. Nowadays, because of the large amount of tourists that are going, we are restricted to certain areas, but still you get a full view of the magnificent mosque, Grand Mosque of Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque. So the architecture, the materials, everything is amazing. And the photo opportunities, and of course, this is where the dress comes in. Whether you bring it or whether you buy it there, it's the important thing, like Dacia said, is to be covered from head to toe. It is all the way like this to the wrist. Nothing see-through, all the way down to the end of your feet, of your legs, sorry, not your feet, your legs. And of course, now I'm going to do a little magic now. And then of course, your headscarf, okay? Now, you can wear your own clothes if you want. You don't have to buy a dress if you don't want to. But of course, I have seen the ladies and the dresses, and it is amazing. I mean, you have to look at the pictures, and then you will, no, I want to do, I do want the dress. So this is the way that you can go. I mean, with long sleeves and long skirts or long pants, that's fine. This can be a way. But of course, you can buy the dress. And the dresses, they vary in price. Now in Sharjah, this is, we like to go there because you can bargain very good prices there. The prices are a little bit better than in Dubai. And you can buy whether the traditional black dress, which is the abaya, or you can wear the galibeya, which is the colorful dresses, which are normally used for parties. So this would be the red, the fuchsia, the green, the yellow dresses with a lot of bling bling, and those are beautiful. And they vary. Let's say on the cheaper side, you can get a dress like the simple black dress with a little, decoration. Maybe you can get it for $30, $40. But if you want the nicer dresses with a little bling bling and the colorful dresses, I would say about $80 and above, depending on the material, depending on the quality, because everything depends on that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and now we just have to remember too, with those dresses, we're talking about the bling bling, and like you absolutely cannot go to Abu Dhabi and have a photo op without a dress on. Like, come on.
Yes, I'm telling you, when I go with a group of ladies and luggage to Abu Dhabi, everybody looks. Everybody turns around and says, "Who's that? I want a picture with them." They love it. They love it because you are beautiful and you look all beautiful with all those beautiful dresses and colorful dresses. And yeah, I mean, I think it's amazing. And then of course you also have the Emirates Palace.
Yeah. The Emirates Palace. That's what I said. We take a picture of the Emirates Palace. That's the photo. Because I know we can't take pictures at the mosque this time, right?
Yes, I think, well, because it's just very recently opened, I don't think we're going to be able to do group photos inside of the mosque. Definitely you will be able to do your own individual photographs. Definitely, yes. But as far as group photographs, no, because they're limiting we have to have the distancing. And so that is going to be, as far as the group photographs, I think it's going to be more individual in the mosque. And I think in the hotel we'll be able to do the group picture very quickly, unless they tell us otherwise.
I think I like the photo at the palace better anyways. It's just the the backdrop and all that is just so much, not that the mosque is not great, but I just love that backdrop at Emirates Palace, and the photos come out really nice. Let's see. Shopping.
Shopping.
These ladies love to shop. I sit down and wait because that is not my ministry. I'm not a shopper. But Lulu knows that y'all love to shop. So let's talk a little bit about the shopping that they'll have an opportunity to do.
I'm telling you, I think still, right, I don't know exactly what the luggage situation is with Emirates right now. I believe before it was 2 pieces of luggage, 55 pounds. I don't know if it has changed, but if you have that allowance, just bring one. As little as you can bring, because if you're a shopper, you're gonna need that extra luggage space for whatever you buy. You don't want. Let me tell you, please, and really listen to this. You don't want to pay extra luggage on Emirates because it's very expensive. Different to the other airlines, Emirates gives you a lot of luggage allowance, but if you go over, they do charge you a lot. So if you're a shopper, I would say bring one luggage, and you can buy another one in Dubai if you want, or you can bring an empty one or a duffel bag or whatever you want, and just fill it up with your shopping on the way back. Because yeah, I would say if you're a shopper, yes, there's so many things to buy here. Whether you're buying souvenirs, dresses, pashminas, shoes, textiles, spices, and then of course you have, whether you want to buy the originals or the knockoffs, you have that for the purses and the luxury brands that we have, the Louis Vuittons, the Chanels. And I'm not like Dacia. I mean, I like to shop, kind of, depending, but I'm not a brand person. However, people who know brands and they know, if they know about these luxury brands, I don't know why. Don't ask me, because I truly don't know. But I have seen people leave with, they say that they don't find, like, there's certain things that they don't find in the US or other places, as far as watches, like luxury watches, Rolex, Cartiers, and the purses, the Louis Vuittons, the Chanels, the Hermes, and all of these. Whether if you want them, the original ones, people come to Dubai to buy these, whether it's because they don't find the model in the other places or whether the price is better here. This is what I see. Now, if you want to go for the very good knockoff, then you can also find that in the market. But yes, there's a lot of things to buy here, and I would suggest bring an empty piece of luggage.
Now, I will say this too. So during the time we go in October, the Global Village, is it the Global Village?
Yes.
It's not
the Global
open.
Village.
The Global Village is not open
in October.
So if you're thinking about, if you're not already booked, if you're thinking about and you are a super shopper, I definitely suggest you come with us in February, because the Global Village is open. It's not just things from Dubai. There's so many other regions that are available, and it's like, listen, y'all, it's crazy. We took a trolley around just to look, because I'm not buying nothing. But we took a trolley around just to look. So if you are a super shopper and you have not booked, definitely look at the February tour, because that's going to include the Global Village. Let's talk about this camel ride. So typically when you go to the desert, is it the desert? Yes, the desert, and you have the camp day with the Arabic barbecue and the belly dancing show and things like that. They give you a camel ride, and it's literally the camel
like a go around.
He probably takes 5 steps there and 5 steps back.
True.
I wanted a real camel ride. I'm like, Lulu, can you find us? We want to camel trek. And I hate that doggone St. Doom bashing thing. And them cars are just flying you up and down. And your stomach be finna flip. And it's like you're on a roller coaster and you finna throw up. I hated it. Ronnie likes it. I hated it. And I'm like, Lulu, we want a for real sunset camel ride. Lulu found us a camel farm owner that allows us to straight up do sunset camel trekking. And when I say it's the bomb,
it is nice. It is really nice.
I absolutely love it. And this is another piece that you're not gonna find with another travel group, because I don't know anybody else that is offering camel trekking. Again, I'm not talking about getting on a camel and your camel take 5 steps there and 5 steps back, and then you get off. It's just enough for your photo op. I'm talking about a full almost hour
Yeah.
of riding a camel through the sand dunes at sunset. Lulu, yes.
Yes, yes. Actually, the first time that Dacia, when she asked me about this, I said, "Oh my God, where am I gonna get so many camels?" Because, like you said, normally we just do like a little ride, and everybody takes turns, and it's a little bit of a hassle also because you have to be waiting for your camel, and you have to ride with somebody else, and so in this case, you have your you have your own camel, and we do the sunset. It's between like almost an hour, between 40 minutes to an hour, just going through the desert and having this opportunity to take wonderful pictures in that area of the dunes. And the truth is that these animals are just amazing, and just think of what it was to live back when there was no cars, no nothing, and these Bedouins, these people of the desert, had to travel on these camels, and these are. And I'm an animal person, so I love the camels. I see the little things that qualities and personalities and everything that they offer. But it is very unique, and it's super fun, and we have a lot. People laugh, people scream a little bit, but no, in general, it's just a lot of fun, and of course. We have also the opportunity to see a demonstration with the falcon, and of course the dinner and the belly dancer, and everything back in there in the camp is very, very nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, TC, we haven't experienced having our butt hurt because they have a saddle, almost just like a horse. Like you don't sit directly on the camel like that. They have a saddle, but I don't think they have a saddle when you go to the one that walks, or do they?
Yes, they do. They do have a saddle. It's just that it's so, it's so up and down, that like it's so quick when you go to other places that it's just like it's just a little, go around like a little play area.
Here we go. Yeah. But this one I've never experienced having my butt hurt because I'm sitting on a saddle.
And I was worried about that when we first did it, and no, it was really nice. Yeah.
Oh, the World Expo.
Yes.
The World Expo. We got a chance this past February when we took a group of agents to experience the one piece that was open.
Correct.
Was it sustainability?
Yeah, it was sustainability.
Mm-hmm. They were not even halfway done with the section, but we probably will spend an entire day at the expo.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Can you talk a little bit about the expo because it's officially opening up in October, right?
Correct. So when you arrive, basically you're going to be arriving 2-3 weeks after the opening because it opens on the 1st of October.
Okay.
And this expo will run until March 31st. That means that the February group can also experience the expo, which is really great. I think the fact that you're going to have the opportunity to go to this expo is unique, and it's probably once in a lifetime. I'm going to tell you the truth. Why? Because these expos, they go around the world, and they basically, if you don't know about the expos, they started in the 1800s in England, in Britain, and it was mainly to share advancements in technology. As the fairs, because in the beginning they weren't called expos, they were called world fairs. They changed and they focused more into the arts, and then they are focusing now more into humanity. and the sharing of information and the well-being of the world. And of course, it's an opportunity for each country to promote themselves as part for tourism and industry and so on. So when you go to a World Expo, you will, in this case, if the Dubai World Expo will have around 190 countries there, including the US. And each country has built their pavilion that will be in different sections of the expo. Now, just to give you an idea, the area of the expo, now this of course will thus include the parking area, but it is about 1,000 football fields, 1,000 football fields, so it's huge. Now, each country will build their pavilion, which will, where they will, make an expose of their country, of their advancements, of whatever they want to show. In the case of the U.S., of course, they're gonna promote opportunity and technology and mobility. In the case of a lot of the European countries, they're in the sustainability area. So they're going to promote, renewable energy, how to save water, what else, farming, and so on and so forth. So each of these countries have, just the architecture. Then you have, each of these countries will have a show for you. So when you go into the pavilions, for example, in the U.S. pavilion, they're saying that they're going to have like a walkway that will take you through the pavilion, and then you're going to have a projection within the pavilion. And then a lot of them will be interactive. So there's going to be a lot of entertainment, a lot of food. Also, at the end of the day, in the area, in the central area of the expo, there's this huge dome. If you go to the website, there's a huge dome that is going to be made up of panels, LED panels, that will project images at night. There they will have live concerts. So what can I say? It's just going to be too much of everything. Yeah. In this case, you are going to have a full day, and maybe it's not going to be enough. But this, again, is a once in a lifetime, because another expo, it will be in another country. It might not be as big, and it will be in another 4 years, because they have these expos every 4 or 5 years. So it's like the Olympics, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
So
okay,
Janice, the next one should be
We'll work something out for you,
Go ahead.
Janice. Y'all saying Janice she was putting something in. We'll work something out for you, Janice. Somebody else says something. Somebody asked about dresses on the beach. So I can kind of know, Nikki, like if you are on your or at your hotel, they're a little bit more forgiving about what you wear at your hotel, but on a public beach. Can you speak about that, Lulu? What you can and can't wear on a public beach?
Yes, of course. And actually right now there's a lot, well, since the first time last year, when you came, there's already a lot of public beaches that are available, and they're making them so much friendlier for tourism. Why? Because in the beginning, the beaches were just a beach. There was nothing else. There was no shade, no umbrellas, no, nowhere to lie on, no restaurants, no nothing. Now they have at least 3 areas where you have, a lot of restaurants. You have, you can hire umbrellas. There's even one by the marina that has cabanas that you can pay for. Okay. Yeah. So whether it's that, or you can also go to a beach club, which there's a lot of them.
Nikki Beach.
Nikki Beach, and then there's another one. Even the hotels, they will give you a day pass. Many of the hotels that have beaches, you can pay for the day pass, and the day pass maybe will cost you between $80 to $100, but this amount will you can spend it on food and drinks. So not all of it, but like most of it, you can spend it on food and drinks. So basically, you're only paying like $20 for the access, and then the rest you just spend it inside. But if you want to go to the public beach, regarding the dress, you can wear your normal bathing suit as long as it's not too skimpy. And even then, you can see some of them that are really skimpy. But my recommendation would be just a normal bathing suit, bikini, fine. It's okay to use a bikini. But when you leave the beach, you have to be fully dressed. You cannot be walking around with a see-through dress or walking around in your bikini on the streets. Okay, that's the only thing. So at the public beaches now, you have showers that are free. You have you can bring your own towel. Otherwise, you can also hire a towel. You can rent a towel there. I would recommend just to bring your own towel. But there are showers, so you can change. You can change into, dry up. Just take the sand off, dry, and put something on, and then you can go on your day. Many of the taxis, which are very safe, by the way, there's many taxis around. If you're wet and full of sand, they will not allow you to get into the taxi, and that is normal. But that is why, fully dressed and dry. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Lulu just touched on something too about safety. A lot of people have, just traveling in general, they have this thing about, we're all big on safety when we travel and things like that. But I can say that Dubai has probably been one of the safest places that I've visited. We've walked 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, going to Popeye's chicken. Okay.
Yes.
They have a little shop. The very first time we went there, we stayed in more of a local area, called Aldriga. And there was this store, if you guys are familiar with the Woolworth or Goldblatt, it was kind of along that line, and they were open 24 hours, and we were just in there walking around because we were up, So
correct.
We've had people, Ronnie, we thought we lost Ronnie's passport before. Listen, we were in a panic, and they were like, chill. Chill, we gonna find it. Yes, we were in a panic, like, oh my God. And they were like, it's okay. So every place has crime, but I think, what is their crime percentage? Like less than 1%?
Yes. I mean, Dubai, the UAE is very, very safe. Of course, you have to be, you have to take care of your stuff. Try not to lose it. Try not to forget it. But the amount of anecdotes that I can tell you about people forgetting even cash. Like one lady, she forgot her little purse with $4,500 cash in a petrol station, and we got it back full with nothing missing. Myself, I've lost things and then I get them back. Definitely, I don't recommend that you lose things, but in my experience, I would say 90% of the time, you get things back. It is safe to walk around at night. Now, the area where the Marriott Marquis is high end. It's the truth. It's in the Business Bay area, very close to Dubai Mall. So yeah, it's a very nice area. And even in the downtown area, if you want to go to the old market and be walking around at night, it's fine. Of course, you have to, be.
Watch your surroundings.
Yeah, I mean, just don't. I mean, when I travel, I try to go with a friend. I'm not going to be walking around through a dark alleyway and be,
Right.
So, but in general, definitely there's no stories of people getting their wallet stolen from their purse or their back pocket, their phones. Like in Europe, I mean, the first thing that people tell you when you go to Europe, any place in Europe, or even Mexico or any place in Latin America, be careful with your mobiles. Don't leave anything in the hotel. Put everything in the security box. And this is not the case over here, to tell you the truth.
Let's talk about safety as it concerns COVID. We
Okay.
know we're probably almost at a 50% mark in the US of people being vaccinated.
Yeah.
Um, but what is it like there? And I know when we were coming back from our February trip, we all
Yeah.
were, Lulu set it up where we ain't going chasing nobody to do stuff. Listen, y'all, if
Correct.
you travel with us before, you already know they're coming to us. So, if that is still in place in October and we have to be have a negative COVID test to return, that will be set up and we'll get that done at the hotel. But can you talk a little bit about the safety and the COVID protocols and things that they are,
Yes. Yes, of course. As of now, there has been very little change as far as the protocols. The only change that I've seen really is for Abu Dhabi, because Abu Dhabi was closed and now it's open. But what are the protocols in the UAE? Mask at all times, social distancing when possible. So, of course, as a group, we normally are talking to each other and so on. But at some point, there will, maybe a person might come up to us from security or a policeman and say, oh, please, stand a little bit more apart, social distancing and such. However, by October, I'm telling you, I don't know how we're going to manage with social distancing, because I hope that we're going to have a lot of tourism during that time. So, but then how are we going to protect ourselves? With the mask, sanitizing, always disinfecting our hands, using the mask. And of course, with our group, because we know in theory, we're all, with a negative PCR test and so on, then we can be safer within our group, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is the idea. Now, like you said, they're asking for 4 PCR tests when coming into the UAE, and then also going back to the US. So that will be in the UAE. That, like Dacia said, we can arrange it for the whole group, so you don't have to be worrying about where you're going to do it and when you're going to do it, because you have that, that time slot that you have to have. We also will see what is the protocol to go into Abu Dhabi. For that time, I don't want to give you more information about that, because it will be updated. Yeah, it might change. But that would be my recommendation. Now, as far as the population in the UAE, I believe the vaccination is going on very well. I was vaccinated in March. So, of course, this is not a guarantee that you will not get sick, but at least you're more protected. Now, in Dubai, I believe they're going to start asking to have proof of vaccination, at least for the residents, to go into restaurants. So so if you are already vaccinated and you have proof of vaccination, that is going to be, I would say, keep it with you, because you might need it at some point. As of now, for tourists, they're not asking for anything. Of course, if you're vaccinated, it's easier to come, to move around the city. It will be easier. And if the US right now is a green country, which is also good, because there's no restrictions. So yeah, that's I mean, we hope for October, by October things will be better. Yeah.
So you guys know, as of right now, until further notice, we don't know. Regardless, if the country is requiring a negative COVID test or not. As of right now, we are requiring a negative, everyone to take a COVID test 3 days before departure. So you will have to have a COVID test to travel with us until further notice, regardless of if our destination that we're going to asks for it or not, and whether you are vaccinated or not. So
correct. That is true.
including me,
Yeah.
we're vaccinated. But either way, we are going to ask you for a negative COVID test to travel with us until further notice. So just keep that in mind as well, vaccinated or
Yeah.
not. Okay?
Correct. And it is another thing that you asked me last time. It has to be a PCR test, not an antigen test, and it cannot be a home test. And you have to have it printed. The result has to be printed. So it has to be from a lab or a pharmacy or stuff. Yeah.
And right now,
the good thing is, I think now it's easier to get these.
Yeah, and I was going to say right now, Dubai requires that you have it at least 72 hours. So there is a difference between 3 days and 72 hours. Typically, our flight from the U.S. leaves at 7:35 p.m. to go to Dubai. So you would not, and we leave on a Wednesday. So you would not be able to take your test before Sunday at 7:35 p.m.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So you have to take it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Now I know that's like, oh my God, it's a Sunday. But one place that I know for sure that you will get results back, and this place you will have to pay, is the airport. Midway and O'Hare, they both offer the COVID testing that you can get back within 24 hours.
Perfect.
And I can't remember the cost of it, but you can check the websites, Chicago Midway Airport or Chicago O'Hare Airport COVID testing, and you can do it. Now, if you know your pharmacist or your physician offers it and you can get it back in 24 hours, a lot of times Walgreens can get it back to you within 24 hours. But again, just know you would not be able to take it until Sunday, 7:36 p.m. or later.
Right. Yeah. Yes, that is one of the things with the UAE and Emirates Airlines, that they go by the time that the test is taken, and it's 72 hours from the time that the test is taken. So it's not, like you said, the 3 days or So it's very, very, very strict in that sense. That they, like you said, you have to do it at 7 p.m. at least on Sunday. If you're getting it, if they guarantee that they're going to do it in 24 hours, then you can do it a little bit later.
Okay. Are there any additional questions that we haven't answered? Let me look at my expo. Now, I will say also that the COVID testing to return to the U.S., was it $65, Lulu? $75 or
$75. Yeah, I think it was 75 because it was 180, 200 dirhams.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's between $75 and $80. Yeah, and then the advantage is that you get it done at the hotel.
Yeah, at the hotel, and we got our results back the next day.
Correct.
You just have to be there to take your test, okay? No.
Yeah, that's important. Who was it that was not there?
Anyone else have any questions? Anyone else have any? Again, we just opened 5 spots for our October 20th through 27th this year Dubai trip.
Yeah.
So we have 5 spots that have just opened up. Have at it. And then our November. No, not November. I'm sorry. That's for agents. Our February and then October for 2022 are all open.
Yeah.
Anyone have questions? Any questions? You have anything to add, Lulu? While I'm waiting on questions, sometimes it takes a little bit.
What can I add? Well, I am looking forward for everybody to see everybody in Dubai. Definitely, I am sure that you're going to have a great time. There's so many things that you can do, and of course, please let us know through Dacia that you do have you have some free time, and there's other things, additional things that you can experience during the time that you're there. Um, so um, there's a lot of whether you're a foodie or a shopper, or if you want to do some extreme sports, let me know. Let us know, and we can make some recommendations.
This is definitely a trip that you don't want to go without. Well, you don't want to go nowhere without travel insurance.
Yeah.
But you need travel insurance. So I want to ask this ladies only. Typically, no. But normally it's just ladies there.
Mhm.
It's just me and Ronnie there normally. But absolutely your spouse, significant other is welcome to attend. As long as they're okay with hanging out with the girls.
Yeah.
Are major credit cards accepted? Yes, Jovina,
Which
they
one?
are accepted. Major credit cards accepted. Yes.
Oh, yes. One that is more difficult for them to take is American Express. So MasterCard and Visa are welcomed everywhere. They will also take US dollars in many places. In the markets, they will take US dollars. And just so you know, the exchange rate has been basically the same for the last 14 years that I've been there. So the exchange rate to the dirham, US dollar to the dirham, is 3.65 dirhams per US dollar. So don't worry about exchanging money in the US. You won't find it. You can exchange money once you get into the US, and not even in the airport. When we go shopping, there's many options to exchange your money. Or you can, like I said, pay in US dollars or with credit cards. The only thing in the markets, some of the markets, they will charge you like a percentage extra for using the credit card.
Mhm.
And the other thing that is nice about the Dubai, we haven't talked about
Uh-huh.
the gold market. Yeah, so if there's some of you that like jewelry, diamonds, gold, and any other precious stones, the gold market in Dubai is famous for its prices, and of course,
She's breaking.
now, as of now, 2018, the UAE has uh,
Her phone. She's breaking up a little bit. Yeah.
it's included in the, okay? Yeah.
You were breaking up a little bit.
So as a
Oh,
tourist,
there you go.
okay. So going back, as a tourist, you can ask for the tax back, which is a 5%. So depending what you're buying, if you're buying, something $10, actually they will not even give you back on $10. You have to spend at least $80, $90 in one shop. And if they have the little sticker that says tax free, you present a copy of your passport and they will give you a special ticket. And when you go into the airport, the getting your money back, that 5%, is very easy, very quick. In many cases, unless you're buying something very expensive like jewelry that normally you will have in your person. I had this lady that bought, like I said, a lot of luxury items. So she did have to show it before checking the luggage. So to get the tax back, she had to show the merchandise. But otherwise, many of the things, like if you can get that very easily. And again, for the jewelry, you can get really good prices if with a little bit of bargaining. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sheila's read. She asked about the weather during October. It's in the 80s, so it's great weather. in October. That's one of the reasons why, y'all, listen, the only cold trip that we are ever attending is the ski trip. Okay. We going warm.
Yes.
So if we're going, that means the weather is nice. So during October, it's like in the 80s. So it's nice. And then in the evenings, like we went for New Year's one time and we always have our yacht party. And we were on the yacht and I had put a sweater on because it was in the 70s and you're on the boat on the water. So it was a little breezy, but it's in the 80s, 85, 87, somewhere in there. So that's the normal. Is tipping allowed and customary? Yes.
Yes.
Tipping is allowed and customary, just like the US. You got to remember that it's so many, like, I don't even know. Do the Emiratis work? Because it's all the expats that work. Like you have the Pakistanians and Africans, Philippines. Like those are the people that you see working. So,
well, I think yes. The truth is that normally Emiratis, you will see them in the as owners of their own businesses, as owners of property. And then you will see them in the banks and things like that. However, and this year, I think you're going to see a lot more because they're trying to introduce more Emirati and more of the culture into.
She's breaking up.
So they have open in all of the cities.
You were breaking up a little, Lulu. But I know we saw, I agree with Lulu. The locals, you see them more. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you see the locals more in like the souks, and we saw them in the meat market. The meat market, you think?
Yeah, remember? Yes, the fish and vegetable market. Yeah, and in Sharjah you see a lot more also. Yeah. So because they have opened new museums and they're trying to have more Emiratis working direct, towards with the tourism, and in the expo, of course, you're going to see a lot of Emiratis. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you will not see an Emirati, cleaning the floors or the toilets. La 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 la. La is not in Arabic, by the way. No, they will not do that. They will be a little bit higher. Yeah.
Yes, Jovine, it's going to be great. Any other questions, y'all? Before we end our session. Any other questions? I'm trying to think. What else didn't we talk about? We talked about pretty much everything. The hotel is amazing. It's a 5-star. I think this will probably be our 5th time staying at this location. It's our partner hotel. We have contract with them for another 5 years, I think. But it's an amazing hotel. It includes breakfast. Listen, y'all, the hummus for breakfast is top notch. Yes, it's a great location. Do any places there accept their money? I don't know if I understand. Do they accept the dirhams? Absolutely, they do. If that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
How long is the flight to Dubai? It is like 13 hours and some change. Coming home, it's 14 hours. If you're flying with us, which you are, Sheila. If you're flying with us out of Chicago, if you're going out of different destinations, you would need to check. But if you're flying out of Chicago with the group, it is 13 hours and some change going, and then 14 hours coming back, and they're both nonstop flights. And let me just tell you, I thought like the first time, like, Lord help me, 14 hours, what is I'm gonna do? But you can, plan. And I have learned a way where I have no jet lag now, going and coming from Dubai. You can plan like I don't sleep on the flight because when we arrive to Dubai, it's 7 p.m. And so if you sleep on that whole flight going, by the time you get there, you will not be able to go to sleep. Okay. And we
Yeah.
are 10-hour time difference. Okay. So, and then sometimes, well, not until February, but in October, we're at 10-hour time difference. And so you have to remember that. So at home, it'll be daytime and there it'll be night. But if you sleep that whole 14-hour flight, you're not going to be able to sleep when you get there. And you're going to experience a considerable amount of jet lag. By the time day 3 hit, you're going to be on the floor.
Yeah.
So
True.
you have to pace yourself. And I really don't sleep on the flight. You can pre-plan what movies you're going to watch. You can go to their website and see the entertainment. A lot of times they have movies that are still in theater. Of course, you have drinks and food on board. You can bring your own snacks. You can bring your books, but plan it where, you'll get there. And I know a lot of times people are so excited when we touch down because the vibe is electric when you get there, right? But you don't want to, be up. And then the next day, depending, we might have to be on the bus
early.
at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
We might have to be on the bus at 9 o'clock. And then that's another reason we only do doubles and not triples and quads. Because but we may have to be on the bus by 9 o'clock in the morning. So you want to be able to go down to sleep when we get there. By the time we get to the hotel and get settled, it's like a 9 p.m., maybe 9:30. And so, you may want to grab some food and then go down. And then you do the same thing coming back. Plan your movies you want to watch. Stay up for the majority of the flight. By the time we get back to Chicago, it's about 3:30. I stay up until 8, and then I'm up. No jet lag. But that first time, and maybe the second, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. But plan it. And you can get up. You can stretch your legs. You can walk around. I think that some of the people were playing like it's a little onboard game on the little screen that they were playing against each other while they were on the plane. My husband and like 2 other people were doing it on the last trip. So yeah, just plan for what you're gonna do and try not to really sleep on the plane. But 14 hours is long, but you watch enough movies. Like the last time, I literally watched 6 movies, and by the time that was over, we were there.
Yes,
we were there.
That is true. That is true. That is one thing that Emirates Airlines does. If you're flying Emirates,
yes,
it does have a great entertainment system, and I think the seats are not as small. They're not as small as other airlines. And you can stretch. Definitely, I would recommend once in a while to stand up, go to the bathroom, and stretch your legs.
Yeah.
But it is quite. Doesn't seem as long once if you're entertained. No, if you're playing or watching movies and stuff like that.
And we do, Valeria. We do fly Emirates, and Emirates flight is it's great. I am definitely a Qatar girl, but it requires you to change planes.
Yeah.
So we going on Emirates. I loved Qatar. I like Emirates, but I loved Qatar. But we have to change planes, and so Emirates we don't have to, so we take Emirates, and we have a partnership with them too. We've been using them. They pretty much serve about the same thing. You have chicken and beef with rice and vegetables. You have pizza and breakfast. It's like an omelet kind of thing.
Yeah.
Of course, we got the bar. You go around. You can order your drinks. Or you can have juice, water, that kind of thing. But the food is decent, and you can bring what you want on plane too.
Yeah. It is.
I tried to watch, what is it called? Unhinged? Yes, that was in February. I had to cut it off. It was creepy, but it was like still in theaters at that time, or HBO Max or whatever it was. But that movie creeped me out, so I couldn't watch it. I'm like, that man was crazy. Any other questions before we let Lulu go? I absolutely loved our restaurant, Lulu. The
for
um the
the
fountain,
dinner.
fountain. Yes,
Yes.
it was so dope. We'll definitely be going there again. It was a great spot. I really loved it.
Yeah. I think. I mean, just think if you're already on the trip, that congratulations. I'll see you soon. If you are thinking about coming on the trip, I definitely recommend. I mean, you will, like I said, you're gonna have the once in a lifetime to go to a World Expo, whether you come October 20 this year or February next year. So you will have that opportunity within in the program. You have the tallest building in the world. You have one of the most beautiful. I mean, for me, it's the most beautiful mosque in the world, Abu Dhabi Grand Mosque, and then it is one of the largest, definitely the largest in the UAE. You're going to go to one of the most luxurious hotels in Abu Dhabi, the Emirates Palace. I mean, Dacia has and Ronnie have put together a wonderful program that includes the best of Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and the shopping in Sharjah. So between the shopping, the amazing sights, the amazing architecture, the wonderful photo opportunities. Of course, you're going to have the opportunity also to see the world, the amazing Jumeirah Palm Island, which is a man-made island in the shape of a palm. I mean, just the hotel where you're staying at is a wonderful five-star hotel that is on the Dubai Canal, which is a man-made canal that, again, just walking around that area. And recently they have opened up so many nice little restaurants in that area. If you like to jog or walk or, you know, do a little exercise, whether in the morning or at night, you can do that. You're also very close to Dubai Mall, which is the largest shopping mall in Dubai, in the UAE, and probably the world. Over 1,500 shops in Dubai Mall, shops and restaurants. They have opened up a new area, which is part of the Fashion Avenue, with, again, a lot of new restaurants. And of course, you have the Dubai fountains. So you have the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. And then at the bottom, you have the Dubai Fountain Show, which is, again, another wonderful show. Within these, I mean, I can tell you of all the new things that are going to be open by 2020, by October and February. There's a new observation deck, which is on the Palm. There's, of course, the Dubai Frame that we saw last time. There's new fountain shows also on the Palm, and there's another one in another shopping mall. But of course, the famous ones, the iconic ones, are the ones that we're going to see on our trip. So in the program that we have planned for you.
Yes. And now, listen, let me tell y'all, we giving all credit to Lulu, because we say, Lulu, these days we'll be there. This is what we want to do.
And I organize.
And she does an amazing job helping us to bring you guys an amazing experience. And again, an experience that you will not find on Book It.
Definitely not.
American Vacations, Delta none of those. You will not.
No.
You will not find this online. It's called Unshoppable. You can't find this online. So that's what I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And you can't find it online either. So.
Yeah. No, and I mean, Dacia and Ronnie, they have come to Dubai many times. They are now, I mean, you could do my job, I think.
No,
we ain't doing that.
But I mean, that is what you're getting. I mean, you're getting expertise, you're getting knowledge from ladies and luggage, and the safety that you're gonna have a perfectly planned program that is offering you the best, I think. Sorry.
Yes.
So
thank you so much, Lulu, for coming and
Thank
sharing
you.
your knowledge. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, y'all. Because Lulu gets you the business. She got the pictures. She know the dates.
Oh
She
yeah.
know the streets. She like it's coming up on the right, camera out. Like, listen, yes. Only the best, y'all. So again, make sure you check out the website. Get your Dubai experience booked, because they do book up fast, and we typically only allow 20 people, just so we all can enjoy the experience. Like going with a group when you have 50 and 60. I've known a group that brought 200 people to Dubai. There is no way that you can get the full experience and the full feel and have what I feel like is a memorable experience with 199 other people. No.
Yes, I agree.
So get your spot booked. We opened up 5 more for our this October's tour. We will see you guys tomorrow online. I don't know what I'm talking about yet, but we see you tomorrow with our travel chat on Sunday. And have a great rest of your weekend. And Lulu, again, we thank you and appreciate you so much. And see you in October.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Yes.
All right. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Ronnie. Bye.